Hello, today we're going to look at how to install image line products. I didn't think about doing that one the other day. So now we will do that one today. So we're going to do that. So basically, first off, we want to go to image line. Oh. It's like concentrating so hard on the keyboard, too. Okay, so here we are. So basically, what we're gonna do is get a plugin, right? And with this plugin, we're gonna go click on plugins, sorry. So this works with anything. There's multiple ways to register things on FL. So basically you can get standalone plugins, and there's only 7 of them, 8. Those consisting of Maximus, Citrus, Harmor, Grossbeat, Edison, SliceX, and Vocodex. I think that is it for the standalone plugins. So basically, I'm going to get Harmor. I already own this. I have the old plugins bundle. I think if you actually look at everything, it'll just say I own it on everything. Oh, I don't have Flowstone. Gotta get Flowstone. Yeah, so we're good. Basically, you come here and you want to download it. As the... Get out of my way. So in here, like, add to cart, buys FL extension, FL plugin, so you can get a demo, basically, of the plugin as a standalone, and it comes with FL Studio, and then you can just download it just flat out, like, as a standalone. So that's what I'm going to do. The Mac version of these specific plugins are coming within the next year or two, but I wouldn't get your hopes up on that. So we're gonna get Harmor. Harmor is an amazing, absolutely glorious plugin by any means. It's amazing. Essentially, it's essentially like Serum in a way. There's just no wavetables. But everything's additive, so basically like synths will come out just so fat, and same thing with basses, like they just come out so great. Speaking of which, I should go buy Sausage Fattener by Life. But yeah, so we're gonna sit here and install this. Let's look through everything. So basically what makes Harmor so different from everything else is it's an additive, and at the same time it's subtractive. So yeah, it's I'm just kidding, it's just additive. Basically it adds sine waves together to make all your waves, which is interesting because when you do things like the acid bass it did in Massive, where you go like, where it's just like a band pass with resonance and a lot of distortion, that doesn't necessarily work in Harmor because it has to add the waves to simulate. When you filter a wave, like a saw wave, it changes the shape of the saw wave to more of like a triangle shape, I would suppose. It just kind of takes out some of the harmonics on the end, which will just change the overall shape of the wave. So basically, instead of Harmor actually taking an already made saw wave and then subtracting the filter data off of it, what it will do is it will add sine waves together to simulate a saw wave having the filter data subtracted off of it. Therefore, when you take advantage of weird things that weird accidental mishaps, like the acid bass and the band pass with the resonance, that doesn't necessarily work. You can still get really cool results, but it doesn't work the same. Okay, so now we're going to install. Yep, run it. It wants to blow up your computer. Yep. Let's click next. I agree. You own me. I just want the desktop version. I'm gonna get rid of all this. Like, just want 64, I mean. So it will ask you if there's a special spot you want to put it. In terms of image line stuff, I would say just put it wherever it goes, but it is a separate plugin, so you could put this with like your VST folder if you want, or in like your, if you have a folder for data stuff. So basically it's gonna put in the image line and image line harmer. I'm actually going to put it somewhere else. So where I'm gonna put it is I'm gonna put it in my documents, because I don't want to have, I want it to be in here, basically with native instruments, and then if we make a new folder in here, and name this image What's happening right now? You know whose fault this is? What's in here? What the heck? See why this is why I don't like Windows. Mac doesn't do this kind of weird stuff. I'm gonna stick it in there. And then next, it's gonna put it in my documents VSTs because I already installed Vocodex, so it knows where it wants to go. And then done. And while that's going, the next step is to sign in to your account on image line by clicking this top right corner below the search bar. I'm gonna click on my account. It's gonna bring me to my account page. Now, back in the day when I was totally just starting music production and totally loved this stuff, I basically bought the whole thing. I like went and worked half my summer away doing like drywall and construction, and then I got like millions of dollars and I came back and spent it all on this. Yeah, so basically you'll be taken to an unlock page here, as you can see. And so you click on this and it'll download something called a reg key, which is basically it messes with your Windows registry file, which is something that's like the average like 90% of people wouldn't even know about. So basically just in the deep parts of your computer verifies that you actually own these plugins. This helps with like pirating and such. Like Adobe uses like multiple reg keys, and what they will do is they have to check the internet once. Like they basically, it's a separate from, if you have an application and it uses that application to check the internet, but you don't have internet to check the application, it'll just be like, oh, try applying again later. Sometimes plugins will do that, or like they'll think you have it. Like Adobe, you can like put in a product code for Adobe, and you can do this offline and basically just say, oh yeah, it works. And they'll be like, well, we can't check, but okay, we'll trust you for now. But they'll just say like, okay, like use it. But they actually have like 4 to 6 reg keys hidden on your computer, and then basically when you open the program, it'll run these 6 different reg keys to check the internet, and then they'll confirm that your key was wrong and not generated. It was like a randomly generated key or already used, and then it'll tell that to the program, so that way there's actually no way to really block it from checking. That's why it makes FL Studio like more difficult to torrent, I would suppose. There's more work if they can do it. Like Cubase and Bitwig have that sort of stuff on pretty good lockdown. You can't even like get Cubase or Bitwig up like anywhere close to up to date off uTorrent or anything like that. So yeah, so now we have this reg key. You can run it, It's basically just going to tell you it's going to blow up your computer, and as usual, that's what you do. So you click yes, and it says delete values, cause components stop working. See, this is like a deep computer thing. Basically, yes, yes. So now this is installed, right? But it doesn't actually have to be installed to use your reg key. It just works, which is really nice. So it just pretty much puts the data folder on your computer. It says that has like a confirm, like a denied or access option, like a true or false. And then when you load Harmer and it checks, am I in demo mode, am I owned, it'll check for that value in the reg key deep in your computer, and then the reg key will check the internet only once and then be like, oh yep, it's confirmed, and then send it back to Harmer, and then Harmer will be like, okay, I'm owned, and then you can go offline again and you don't have to do it anymore. Or even, it might not even check online, actually. It might just, you might download, I think you download like the special reg key that just confirms it. So theoretically, you could literally just give a reg key to like thousands of people, and they could all just keep like being like, yeah, and accepting this reg key. And then like, you'd have a ton of people with image line products, although I do believe they track that sort of thing, because I believe a reg key is specific to a customer. So if a customer uses it on like multiple computers, then they'll be like, and then you can lose your license and stuff. So yeah, we downloaded it, we used it, and it's installed. So now we're going to open Bitwig Studio. Very slowly. And then we're going to check for Harmer. I should actually use Harmer, but it doesn't work on Mac, so I don't want to like do that. So here's Harmer. If you're using a DAW that's not FL Studio, that doesn't have like that doesn't master work with it, basically there's a velocity button here, by the way, to turn. So everything's automatically at 127, because this, if not, when you play a velocity option with a keyboard, and I have a really crap keyboard, so it doesn't work very well. One of the things I don't like about Bitwig is I have zero control over that kind of crap. But yeah, so now it works. Image that works. Anything else I will ever put on this computer will work. It was already like that before. I just did that to show you, because someone asked. I for some reason did not even see that coming when I did the Native Instruments one.